Good morning guys, this is the Kitchen Fairy with another recipe vlog, and for today this is one spice paste that you can turn into two different curries. It is pretty simple to make because I am using Instant Pot on this vlog, but you can also do it on stovetop and whichever you have at home. I actually, for the meat curry, I use Instant Pot and then stovetop, but for the chicken curry I just use the Instant Pot. Check out the full video and I'll see you soon again. Bye. So for the ingredients, what I have is kaffir lime leaves, curry leaves, galangal, lemongrass, cayenne powder, cumin, and brown sugar, coconut milk, onion, caraway seeds, ginger, and garlic. And I forgot to mention about turmeric powder as well. What you have to do now is just chop off your onion and garlic into your food processor with a little bit of enough of olive oil, so that will be about a quarter cup. And now we're just gonna process it until smooth paste. So here is, I have the paste with half teaspoon of ginger powder, half teaspoon of galangal powder, half teaspoon of cumin powder, half teaspoon of cayenne powder, and half teaspoon of whole caraway seeds, with 5 kaffir lime leaves and a handful of curry leaves. We're gonna saute this before we add in our beef cubes. Now for the turmeric powder over here, I only added a pinch, like a small pinch only, so it's not half teaspoon, maybe about quarter teaspoon, but I only use my fingers to pinch it. So first we're gonna saute the spices. I am using Instant Pot, but you can use stove. We're just gonna saute it until fragrant, and then we're gonna coat our beef. Not forgetting these 2 lemongrass. I tied them into knots. In Indonesia, they don't really use powdered spices, and no curry leaves too, but turmeric leaves. There are many varieties of rendang from Sumatra to Java. The spicier one will be from Sumatra, while the sweeter ones will be from Java. But you will also find rendang in Malaysia and Singapore, and they are also somewhat different, just tiny bit different. Some would use mutton, some would use beef, and some would use chicken, so it's all up to you. Now add in your beef and coat it with your spices. Again, this is using Instant Pot, but you can use stovetop, regular cooking. And just saute it for like 5 to 8 minutes until some of the beef cubes are kind of whitish. Now add in about 1 cup of water and 2 cans of coconut milk. I love this brand because the coconut milk is way thicker than other brands, even without chilling it in the fridge, just room temperature, and you can see that the coconut milk solidified, so it's really a good brand. Now add in about half teaspoon of seasonings like your salt, or here I use a Hungarian or Polish Vegeta powder, so it's about half teaspoon of fine sea salt and half teaspoon of Hungarian Vegeta powder. This is 2 kilograms of beef, and also you want to flavor it with brown sugar. We usually use coconut palm sugar, but I use brown sugar here. It's also to add that nice caramelized color instead just flavoring. You can also add MSG if you like. I know some people don't like MSG, but some Indonesians use it. Well, you know, back in the days, many Indonesians use it, but then they become health conscious and they don't really use MSG, but it's up to you. So just adjust the flavoring until you think it's good enough for your family. I even added half more teaspoon of cayenne powder. Now we're gonna turn off the saute and we're gonna click the stew button, the stew options on the Instant Pot. Now cover your Instant Pot with the lid and choose meat stew. It will show 1.5 hours, and you're just gonna add it to 150 or to 2 hours. After 2 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours in the Instant Pot, move the meat into regular pot and pour some of the gravy and continue cooking until there's no more liquid left. Keep boiling or cooking and stirring the meat until totally no gravy. You can make some gravy if you like. My husband loves the gravy, as so do my little boys for their rice. The good things about cooking it with Instant Pot first is that the meat is really tender. My boys are a bit fussy when it comes to meat eating. Unlike chicken, they like it when the meat are melt in their mouth, they said, which is very tender. And you can achieve that by boiling it super long, or if you have the Instant Pot, that would be much easier for you because it cuts down the cooking time, like half of it. As I said, it's like 5 hours, 3 to 5 hours usually making rendang, but with the Instant Pot you just boil it for 1.5 to 2 hours, and then it's actually already done. But if you want to thicker gravy and more caramelized color, you cook it a little bit more or stirring it on top your stove top, and your rendang is ready. Now with the leftover of some of the gravy, we're gonna drop in chicken pieces and we're gonna boil it again. So this is like one rendang spices or gravy and turn into two kinds of rendang, chicken and beef. Now just close with the lid and we're gonna choose the meat stew again, and it will give you about 1.5 hours again. You can try 1.5 to 2 hours. So this is the beef and this is the chicken. Bon appetit!